Well, hello everyone. I wanted to introduce you to Craig Murin. Craig is my residential financial planner. Craig is here today to talk to us about the importance of life insurance policies, and especially for people that are doing mortgages. So welcome, Craig. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's lovely to see you.
You too.
Love your office.
Thanks. So I want to chat with you a little bit about, I want to specifically talk about the importance of families and couples having life insurance policies when they are taking out a new mortgage or taking out a new purchase on a home, and what that means if they don't have a life insurance policy in place.
So for me, well, not for me, the importance of having the insurance in place really is that you're buying probably your biggest asset that you're ever going to buy. And if there's two of you in there and you're the one that's covering the bills, if you're no longer there to cover the bills, what's going to happen to the person you've left behind that's in the house? They're going to have to, worry about putting you in the ground, but then worry about having to go and find a job themselves, possibly if they're not working, or find a way to get money to pay the bill. So having a life insurance in place is vital to protecting the asset that you're purchasing. As I say, the biggest asset you may purchase in your life.
So talk to me a little bit about new couples, new families that are growing their family, having new children, new babies. How does a life insurance policy benefit that family? And definitely, how does it benefit them when they're doing it when the children are younger?
So if they're doing it when the children are younger, or when they're younger, so if people are starting out, say a 25-year-old couple, they've just got pregnant, they're 25. So if they get the insurance now, it's going to be the cost of a 25-year-old now. If they wait 10 years, they're going to be 35, so it's going to be more expensive. So right now, for young parents, it's great to get insurance whilst it's cheap. When the kids are young as well, there's a lot more financial dependence on the parents. So if the parents are no longer there, or one of the parents isn't there, you've got young kids, as you know, they're very expensive.
Yes.
So putting an insurance policy in place to protect the family so that if you're not there, God forbid, their lives can continue as if you were still there. That's what it is. You're just replacing you're replacing your income. I had an old manager years ago who said, if you had an ATM in your house that pumped out money every single month, $1,000, $2,000, whatever it might be, whatever the salary is in your house, would you insure that ATM? Of course you would. You just insure it against breakage, damage, theft, anything. Your life, you're the ATM. So would you insure yourself against breakage, damage, theft, death? So that's the way to look at it, is the importance of replacing the income that you generate or your wife or spouse generates, and that's what life insurance does.
Okay, so outside of just the life insurance part, do you do accidental death? Do you do short-term disability? Do you offer all of those products as well? Can you expound upon why that's important to have those types of things in place as well?
Most of the policies that I'll offer will include something called living benefits. So if you're diagnosed with cancer or a life-threatening disease, the insurance company will pay out some of the death benefit before you actually die. So you get to utilize some of it. So if you have cancer and you can't go to work, you can't pay your bills, but you're still alive to see your family struggling around you, that's got to feel awful. So having an increased accelerated benefit like critical illness or chronic illness is something that's important. Accidental death benefits, most of the policies I say will include that as well.
Okay.
They think it's a silly addition because nobody really necessarily plans to die. It's always an accident, but it is something that you want to increase and make sure is on your policy in case you do have an accident and die. You can have a waiver of premium benefits on your policy as well, which means that if you lose your job and can't pay your premium, the insurance company will cover your cost for a short amount of time. So that's an addition on some policies.
Okay.
You can offer varying levels of different policies, from a term policy to a permanent policy, an IUL policy, a whole of life policy. So there's various different levels of policies that can be used for various different planning techniques.
Okay.
But a bog standard term policy to cover the length of your mortgage for the amount of your mortgage loan is, in my opinion, vital for the beginning of anything.
I am in agreement with you because I've had several different cases of this happening to my clients. Families left with the house, they're not sure what to do, they can't pay the mortgage, and we kind of go into a cycle of they're grieving and they're trying to do the right things to plan for the funeral, but then they've got all of this looming over them as well. So I always want to offer that to a client, to refer them obviously to a professional, that they can have somebody that will look over that and say, this is the minimum that you're going to need, and if you want to go all the way up, this is the maximum. Another strange question for you. So we're both animal lovers.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell everybody what you do, what board you sit on? So we'll start there.
I sit on the board of the Nevada SPCA. We are the second largest animal shelter in Nevada, and we are the original no-kill shelter here.
So my babies, your babies are very important to you.
Yes.
Are you able to take out life insurance policies and specifically dictate in the policy if you were to pass away that money would go to a person to take care of your animals? Can you do that?
Yes, you can. It wouldn't necessarily go into the life insurance policy, but that would go with the legal entity afterwards. But you can certainly have an insurance policy being left to your animals. You can have an insurance policy being left to a charity. An SPCA, if you're thinking about it. But we do get a lot of people leaving estates to us because they love animals and they want to donate to it. So yeah, that's definitely something you can do.
That is amazing. So again, if anyone is interested in reaching out to Craig to get some information regarding expanding on your life insurance policy, putting a new insurance policy together, I will tell you as a mortgage planner, it is vital to your family. It is vital to your financial plan for future to always have at least a life insurance policy in place to help cover that mortgage in case anything was to happen. But I also want to thank Craig very much for being here and offering his services. The information will be at the end of this video where you could reach out to Craig regarding any of the financial planning that he does do. So again, thank you very much, and we'll be back again soon.